Hello, and thank you for coming to our webinar as part of the Getting to Know Michigan series. Today, we'll be talking about getting involved in the arts at Michigan, and I've got two great colleagues here with me today to share their knowledge on it. The panelists today, myself, I'm Joe Levickis, Program Director for Arts at Michigan. I've also got with me Deb Mexicott, who is the Managing Director for Arts Engine, and Maddie Wildman, who is the University Programs Manager for UMS. You do have the opportunity to ask questions through the Q&A function, and we'll try and get to those at the end of this. We're really just going to scratch the surface today of ways students can get involved in the arts, but what we really want you to take away is this. The arts can be a meaningful part of every student's Michigan experience, whether you're interested in music, theater, visual arts, dance, literary arts, film, architecture, or design. And really, arts engagement happens in different contexts. So we engage students in their roles as artists, as arts participants and practitioners, as audience members, as arts leaders and program support, and also as students in the classroom. I work with Arts in Michigan, and our goals are to increase student access to the arts, promote the arts as a tool for student development, support student creativity and arts initiatives, and also to cultivate a campus community that values the arts.
And I work at Arts Engine, which is an interdisciplinary initiative of primarily the North Campus schools and colleges, which are art and design, architecture and urban planning, the School of Music, Theater and Dance, the School of Information, and the College of Engineering. And our job is to foster in students in both North Campus and across the campus in curiosity and creativity, collaboration and passion through that interdisciplinary interaction across the arts, design, engineering, information sciences, and technology. I'm going to speak a little bit more about our programs later, but you can see that we do a wide range of things at Arts Engine. We have student funding programs, we have curricular offerings, we have a living learning community in Bursley on North Campus, and many other sorts of programs that can bring you in and really help you make your arts and interdisciplinary journey more meaningful here at Michigan.
Hi, everyone. I'm with UMS. We are a major performing arts presenter on campus. And basically what that means is that we put on performances. UMS stands for University Musical Society, but I often tell people that that's a bit of a misnomer because we do way more than music. We do performances of music, theater, dance. Sometimes we dabble in installations or performance art. Whenever you see a major touring act coming through campus, it is very likely that UMS is involved. So for example, Trevor Noah is going to come and do a stand-up set this fall, and you can get student tickets for $20. That is UMS. Also the Berlin Philharmonic, also major ballet companies. So you should check it out. There are a lot of incredible world-class opportunities that are right here on campus that you don't often get to find in Michigan. And in addition to putting on shows, we have all these opportunities for community members and, of course, students, which is why we're here today.
So, whether you're studying in an arts field or not, there are countless opportunities to share your work, develop your arts practice, or learn a new art form at Michigan as an artist or an arts practitioner. So at Arts Engine, for instance, we have a number of things that can get you actually making in the arts. So we have ArtSci residencies where students can actually enter into a collaboration with a faculty member outside of their discipline to create something new in a collaborative design effort. We have our Sciences Art Competition, which we are engaged with Arts at Michigan, that allows students to explore science through the arts and not only win fabulous prizes, but also get the kind of recognition you can only get when you get a picture such as Lawrence has here when he won the grand prize for his sculpture in one of those events. And then finally, we do student microgrant funding, up to $1,500 for student teams that are working across the arts and sciences, engineering and technology, especially in team projects. And we want you to be aware of those opportunities because there are many funding opportunities across campus that you might want to engage with in order to take your arts journey?
With UMS, we have our 21st Century Artist Internship, which is open to all students in the School of Music, Theater, and Dance. It's an opportunity for young artists to get a look on the behind the scenes of what makes art happen. So anyone who's interested in a career in arts administration or is trying to broaden their portfolio as an arts practitioner to better understand how the business of art happens, that is what that internship is shaped for. You can also learn more about that opportunity at the link listed right there.
There's plenty of ways to get involved with the arts as an artist or arts practitioner, and Arts at Michigan is actually helping with a lot of those. One of those opportunities is our As I See It arts competitions. We have themes around photo, drawing, monologue, etc., where you can share your work in a variety of media and win prizes. We also have our Arts Inc. blog, where we hire a staff of student artists and writers to create work on a weekly basis and share it with the U of M community. And if you're an artist or a student in a student organization and are looking to get funding for a project, we can help with that through our student mini grant programs, where you can get up to $1,000 for a project.
And let's say you don't identify as an artist, which during your time at Michigan, I would encourage you to maybe reconsider that label. I strongly believe our society is stronger with as many people claiming that identity as possible. But regardless, there are lots of ways to engage with the arts just as an audience member. Here at UMS, we provide heavily subsidized tickets for students to see all of our performances that we present on campus. Like I said earlier, there are so many acts that come through that you are not going to be able to see for $12 or $20 anywhere else. So it is something you should really take advantage of while you're a student. You will miss it when you graduate. We also have our Bert's ticket program, which provides one free ticket for first and second year undergraduates. Once again, free tickets to some of these performances are very rare, so I would highly recommend you look into it. And this summer through the fall, we're doing our You Can Dance Outside series, which is an opportunity for curious movers. That means anybody who just wants to move their body, you do not need to be a dance practitioner, to come and learn a dance form. So you can learn all about these opportunities at the link listed below.
With Arts at Michigan, we have our Passport to the Arts program, which provides tickets to campus and local arts events for free. So you'll try something new and hopefully see something amazing, all trying to encourage you to explore all that the U of M has to offer in terms of its local art scene. We also have our art scene blog, where students are paid to write reviews of local arts events.
At Arts Engine, we have a number of special projects that result in exhibits and installations. And many of these opportunities are made available if you get our Arts Engine newsletter. It comes every 2 weeks and includes lots of these interdisciplinary opportunities, both to engage as an artist or practitioner, but also as an audience member. So a couple of the special projects that we've had have been things like photocracy, where we were actually looking at how art can be used to advance democracy, both on campus and beyond. Experiments in translation. We did that with the Duderstadt Center, and it created an amazing biological installation that changed day by day as it basically rotted and bubbled. It was very interesting. And finally, we had our ripple effects installation, which actually communicated water quality data through art by sonifying well contamination in Arizona in such a way that the community was able to understand how contaminated or how uncontaminated their water was or had become with intercession. And so these are the ways that you can engage with some of our programs as an audience member.
The third role we talk about students playing, is getting involved in the arts as a leader, an arts leader, and supporting the arts on campus. And whether you're an artist yourself or not, there are leadership and support opportunities available, roles that help bring campus to life with the arts. Two of the things that we offer are our Arts Ambassador Program, which is a student organization cultivating a community that values the arts through events that they plan, activities that they're working on, helping promote events. We also have our annual Accolades Awards, which recognize outstanding student arts organizations and their achievements throughout the year.
At UMS, we have our UMS Student Committee, which is a club which involves students who want to learn more about how UMS performances happen. They often help with marketing efforts, or they put on student-based events. You can learn more about that at the link listed. And we also have student employment opportunities. So if you want to work at our ticket office or for our programming or education department, those job listings are actually up right now. And I would highly encourage you take a look because we are looking to hire each one of you.
At Arts Engine, we involve you as an arts leader in helping you find collaborators for projects that you might want to do while you're here a student on campus. And so here's a couple of examples from our project gallery where you submit a project, you say where you're from, what the project's about, and who you might be looking for to collaborate with. And I highly recommend that you look at our website at the many things that we've supported and projects that you can get involved with as an artist or an arts collaborator. We also support student organizations and have several levels of funding around student projects that are small, sort of micro grants. We have Jumpstart funding, which actually is for arts-related interdisciplinary organizations that are just starting and just need a little money to sort of kick off their efforts. And Bridge Support is when we sponsor organizations through Arts Engine in order to best support them on a regular basis over a multi-year period. So you might want to get involved with the arts in the classroom. And you can do that through many of the traditional ways that you can take an art course, or if you're involved with one of the schools and colleges that does the arts. But there are lots of opportunities for both the majors and the non-majors to take all sorts of courses that engage with the collections, the performances, and the artists at U of M. At Arts Engine, we have an entire prefix called UArts. And that UArts is university arts. And it is these are courses that bring together, as we said before about what Arts Engine is all about, the arts, science, technology, information. And we often have multiple professors from these various schools and colleges co-teaching these particular offerings. There are a couple of things I want to tell you about today because we're actually recruiting in the fall for starting in the winter semester. We have our Faculty Engineering Arts Student Teams, or FEAST. This is open to all students campus-wide. And in the fall, we recruit students to be on teams doing professor-led work in the arts and sciences and engineering. You can see one of the posters here for the HAP Lab, a laboratory of horror and possibilities, which needs 10 students from art and design to architecture to data visualization to fabrication. And this is by an art and design professor who is looking to expand her capacity as a researcher, and you can be part of those efforts. We have 25 plus courses offered, and it's a 2-semester commitment for 2 semesters. Really, you should check this out. We also have open to all students creative process, which is our taught by 5 professors across our 5 schools and colleges, which delves into how the creative process operates across disciplines and across all aspects of both the university and endeavor. And finally, if you're in our Living Learning community, Living Arts Engine, which there are still some seats for, and you may be able to join if you are being housed on North Campus, we have UArts 150, 175, and 275, all about collaborative design and leading or creating collaborative team projects. So I encourage you again to check out our website and see what those interdisciplinary course possibilities might be out there for you.
And maybe you don't have room in your schedule this semester or in the future next semester to take a class specifically around the arts, engaging with the arts, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you won't encounter the arts in your classroom. Through Arts at Michigan, we have our Course Connections faculty grants, which helps fund faculty who are incorporating the arts into their curriculum in interesting ways. Maybe it's a German class that's bringing their students to an opera. Maybe it's a class about in the humanities that wants to bring their a guest artist in to talk about their work in visual art. Or maybe it's going on a field trip with your faculty member to see street art in Detroit. There's lots of different things that happen and interesting ways in which your faculty member might be engaging your class with the arts.
At UMS, we have our signature course, Engaging Performance, which happens in the winter semester every year. So upcoming winter 2023 or in other years, you can engage with this opportunity. It is a class where students go to 6 UMS performances, and that forms the basis of the content of the course. So you'll go see some shows and you'll write about them and you'll talk about them and you'll learn about a wide variety of performances. Similar to what Joe described, we also have some programs at UMS that allow us to get the arts into non-arts classrooms. So I've listed a few down below. This fall, Comparative Literature 141, called Great Performances, is going to feature a lot of UMS performances. It's very similar to Engaging Performance, but offered in the fall. It's kind of a sample platter of various performances that are happening in and around campus, and you learn and write about them. There will also be UMS performances in Engineering 100 with Deborah Leventrosser. And there will also be UMS performances in residential college, all of those German courses listed right there. They'll be seeing various performances that UMS is presenting, works from German countries and the German-speaking world.
So whether you seek it out or stumble upon it, the arts will very likely be a meaningful part of your Michigan experience. And whether you're an artist, an audience member, an arts leader, or a student of the arts, you have an opportunity to play an important role in the arts and the arts community on campus. I want to thank my colleagues for their participation, and I want to thank you for attending. If you want more information about things we've talked about today, here's our contact information for each of our programs. And otherwise, thank you for watching. We do have time to answer some questions. If anybody has them, we're happy to answer them.